watching Freaky Friday, just wrapping up this hour one here. And every Friday we try to at least keep the mood a little lighter. Okay, we do a little funny Friday. And great friend of the show, always, every single day, sends me notes of humorous things, which I use, I put into my own terms. But absolutely great friend of the show. And in a time when we're talking about Seattle, police departments being overrun and cities being burnt to the ground, here's a guy who has literally been lighting things on fire with his humor for years. He wrote comedy for Fox and Friends, Steve Doocy's TV show. Brian Kilmeade came to his NYU class where he's a professor. And if those aren't qualifications for setting the world on fire without protesting, I don't know what is. Barry Goldsmith joins us now. He's our in-house humorist.
Thank you, John. And I just want to say to you and Frankie, Pete Davidson is opening today in King of Staten Island. But for those of you who want to see Kings of Staten Island every day, it's Liquid Lunch.
Oh, I'll give you there's a good one. Put that on the W list.
Thank you.
Now, why do you prefer to be called a humorist than a comedian?
Okay, now, to me, a humorist is a comedian who's over 40. Now, I don't know whether you or any of your viewers out there have seen the Netflix show Outer Banks, in which it takes place with teenagers who are 16, sophomores and juniors in high school. If those actors are 16, I'm a comedian again. That's all I'll say.
All right. He's on a roll today, Frankie. Hey, Barry, you host the podcast. Been there, haven't done that. You're a travel expert. You're an expert in political architecture and all architecture. You teach at NYU. What do you think about airlines starting to fly again?
Well, I just took one. As you can see, I just took one, and I didn't even have to wear a mask. So actually, I'm glad things are opening. I think they're going to have to slow it down a bit. But one thing that I want to say is with the rioters and whatever, it's horrible. But the looters have said one thing that they've done that Amazon hasn't yet. During the pandemic, it's same-day delivery. Now, the looters have done that. Amazon has to copy same-day delivery.
Wow, that's true. I get that one. Hey, Frank, tomorrow, Monday, shall I say, when you are helping Nico with your 5% contribution to the production of the show,
yes,
you might want to give him a little, elderly, a little mature guidance on comedic timing.
Did he not have the photo up there?
Well, it came up like after there was a pregnant pause for like 5 seconds. It's supposed to be but I'm bummed. You know what I mean?
It's tough. Being in 3 different locations is very challenging.
No, but I mean the lines are set up, and you can't hurt your own humorist by coming in late with the. Well,
Nico is proving that you can.
Well, one thing about humor, comedy in general. Okay, as a professor of comedy, I taught you, Frankie, how to break the fourth wall.
That's right.
As an architect, I tell people how to build the fourth wall, right? And what do looters do? They break the fourth wall, and they're not funny.
Wow. What did you take, your funny juice this morning? All of a sudden, you're killing it today. Keep them rolling.
Thank you.
Maybe I started drinking vodka too early, and I think everything's funny.
As long as the protests aren't killing it, I know it's okay. By the way, there's been some, since I've written for lots of television over, decades, I have some insight as to new television programs in the fall. Did you know that NBC is continuing the franchise? If they do defunding of the police, there's going to be a new series on NBC called Law and Disorder.
I love it.
It's going to be coming. It's going to be coming. And do you know, I heard that there are some unusual people. Stephen Colbert, for instance, did you know that he is a secret, anonymous contributor to re-elect President Trump? Because if Biden becomes president, Stephen Colbert is unemployed.
Yeah, right, right. He's got to fire all his joke writers.
Exactly. And
What will they
in
make?
fact,
What will they do? Seriously, Barry, you're killing us with your humorisms today. But what would they do if Joe Biden ever won? How would every moron late night host? How would they be funny? Not having Trump as a punching bag.
I think Biden would certainly give them plenty to mock.
Oh yeah,
Barry, am I right?
But I'm saying it would
but
be.
God bless Joe Biden and his gaffes. Okay, the gaffes will have to just be more frequent. What can I say? Anyway, another program is.
Yeah.
You guys know Tim Gunn? He's now on an Amazon Prime series. Now he's one gun that should be in protest that is not violent at all. In fact, he's the opposite of that. But he is in a violent show called Making the Cut. Now that could be very violent. But you know what he just told me this morning when I spoke to him? Okay, no white masks on anyone after Labor Day. That is
wow, got it.
They end there. No more white masks.
Well, I'm wondering if Michael Gunn will come under fire for his name. He might be banned from television.
Tim Gunn. Tim Gunn. Well, the guy is about the least aggressive person I've ever seen. So maybe he should be in the riots, or I guess at least dress everybody going to the riots. That would be something. And you know what else I heard? You know why you haven't heard from Elizabeth Warren lately?
No.
Okay.
Why?
She wants to run in 2024, but she wants a TV show so that people will know her not as a school marm. And I heard she's got one. They're doing a franchise to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Her show is called Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. She takes billionaires and divests them of all their money except for the last million. Okay? That's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And did you know that one of the people who's a big donor to President Trump, our favorite, is the owner of CVS. And he's changing the name of CVS now to Far Right Aid.
Wow.
Far Right Aid.
That's not bad.
Right. We're going to have to leave it there. 4 out of 6, I'll give you today.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
It's a heavy rating. Sometimes I can't fit it in. I can't find my zen to get your brilliant writing into my syntax. But today you killed it. That's
Thank you.
Goldsmith.
And speaking of zen, I look forward to every time she's on the show. So that's one zen we all love.
Boom. We'll leave it right there. Thank you, Barry Goldsmith. He's the man. He's our humorist. If you want to be humored some more, tune in right after this. Don't go nowhere.